Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. This review is for Baddies Gone Wild DR episode 9. So let's just get right into it because a lot happened in this episode. So after Team B tried to jump Baby Tyson and Dava and failed miserably, Becky is pissed off and she is crashing out because Lauren took her wig and shut herself in the room with it and she was ripping it up. And don't get me wrong, I understand why Becky was mad because why are you touching and destroying my stuff? But at the same time, it's like that must be the only wig she brought, or that was a really expensive wig. And I just don't understand why these girls don't learn their lesson. Why are you bringing expensive stuff that you don't want ruined on a show where people touch other people's things? I mean, I get it. Nobody should be touching anybody's stuff or destroying anybody's things, but at the same time, you kind of know what you signed up for when you get on this show like this. So I just feel like why bring stuff that's really expensive? People were clowning Dolly because they said that she was wearing clothes from Rainbows, but the clothes that she was wearing from Rainbows are cute, and if they did get destroyed, she wouldn't be distraught over it. But Team B is so pissed off about Becky's wig that they go into Team A's room and they start messing up their stuff. I mean, they're throwing their clothes everywhere, perfumes, they're breaking stuff, they're throwing water on everything. And I thought that was crazy that security allowed that to happen. Like, those girls should have never been able to go into their room and do all that to their stuff. I mean, I understand that Lauren did rip up Becky's wig and she threw Leandra's makeup in the bushes, but just allowing those girls to go in there and like pour water and throw everybody's stuff everywhere, I thought was crazy. And I just feel like Team B complaining that Team A broke all the rules when it came to touching people's stuff and jumping, I thought was kind of crazy because to me, Team B started that stuff first. I mean, they're the ones who moved the names off of the doors in the rooms, and then they were the ones who took Cutter K's whole suitcase and threw it out the room and threw her stuff around. And if I'm not mistaken, they tried to jump Dava, and that's when Mimi ran up there and got involved because she didn't want Dava to get jumped. So all the rules that they're complaining that Team A broke, they broke first. So while everybody is in their rooms, G-Baby is outside of the door crying, and Dava's trying to figure out why G-Baby's crying for. I didn't understand why she was crying either. Maybe she was crying because everything was just too chaotic, but I just don't know. But Cutter K and G-Baby end up going to tell Lauren, Dava, and Baby Tyson that their stuff is messed up in the room because Team B went in there and destroyed everything. So Baby Tyson tries to run into their room and try to mess it up, but security snatched her up really quickly and did not let her get into the room, but she was able to snatch up somebody's wig and she ripped it up. I don't know whose wig that was. I thought it was crazy though that they snatched her up from going in that room messing stuff up, even though those girls went into their room and messed up their stuff. But Team B is in their room dancing, singing, and celebrating the fact that they messed up Team A's room. But while they're celebrating, they can hear Dava outside of their door calling them out. So Marie Minx ends up coming out of the room and Dava calls her out for a fight. And Dava is inside of Lauren's room wanting to fight Marie in there because she knows that if she would have fought Marie outside of that room, that the other girls from Team B would have jumped in. And despite the fact that the girls from Team B was telling Marie not to go inside of Lauren's room and fight Dava because they felt like she would be outnumbered, she decided to go in there anyway. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Marie, but I do respect the fact that she went into that room with those girls by herself because Team B is always together. We never really see them separate from each other. So I mean, it was good to see one of them stand on their own. Now, the first round that Dava and Marie fought, they were both hitting each other, but it did look like Dava had the upper hand. But the second round, there's no question about it. She was bopping Marie all up in her face, and so Dava definitely got that second round. But when security broke it up, Marie tried to run back at Dava again, and all of a sudden, Baby Tyson just runs up on Marie and pops her right in the side of the face. And I mean, she didn't get jumped in that room, but Baby Tyson definitely did pop her because of the fact that they all tried to jump her and Dava in last week's episode. But everybody ends up going to the club except for Marie, and on the way to the club, Leandra ends up asking Alana for a kiss, and they have a little peck. And I mean, Leandra was basically saying that she had a little crush on Alana because of Alana fighting for her, so I mean, I don't think that Alana fought for her, but I guess. But on the other bus, you can see that Dava is trying to figure out why G-Baby was crying, and she admitted that she was crying because Becky ended up having to take her asthma pump because she wasn't breathing well after the fights that happened. And Dava and Baby Tyson was not feeling G-Baby crying over Becky. I think they really want her to pick a side, but she told them on the bus that she's neutral. But I think it's crazy that G-Baby is saying that she's neutral because at the end of the day, she spends most of her time with Team A. She sleeps in a room with them and everything. We never really see her with the girls from Team B. So for her to say that she's neutral and for her to not care when her friends are getting jumped, I don't know. I just look at her differently now because she was one of the girls I really liked in the beginning. And it's okay to like all the girls in the house, but at the same time, these are the girls you spend spend most of your time with. These are the girls that you sleep in a room with, and you see them getting jumped and you just stand there and you don't do anything. I think that's crazy. But all the baddies end up going to the club to have a good time, and honestly, they really did have a good time. I think it was probably because Marie was not there, but they had a lot of fun, and the girls didn't even really seem to address the issues that they had with each other, because Alana was drunk in the club. Like, she was really drunk, and she was over there rubbing on Dava's butt, and we know that she's been beefing with Dava. And then Lauren does tell Becky that she did not know that it was her wig that got ripped. She thought it was Milani's, and that's the reason why she ripped it. But I can tell that the issue between Becky and Lauren is definitely not over. I really want to like Lulu. I do, because there's moments where I really do like her and she seems like a cool girl. But then in this episode, when they're leaving the club, somebody threw something at Lulu and Lauren popped the person real quick. I think it was a fan in the crowd. And, you know, Lulu got in her confessional and she said that she didn't want Lauren to hit anybody for her, because then Lauren's going to expect loyalty out of her. And I just really did not like that comment. I didn't like it at all. Maybe she was just joking around and I can give her that, but I don't know. But when the baddies got back to the house from the club, Milani and G Baby were in the confessional together, and G Baby was basically telling Milani that she's completely neutral and that she doesn't agree with Lauren's actions. And I think it's okay for her to not agree with Lauren's actions, but why are you telling the ops that you don't agree with her actions? I just feel like that's something that she should have talked to Lauren about, not people that Lauren is actively beefing with. And I don't know if G Baby's doing this because she doesn't want to get beat up by Team B and she's scared, but I don't even think the girls from Team B respect the fact that she's saying that she's neutral, because everybody knows that she spends all her time with Team A. And I'm sorry, a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. That's just the truth. Everybody knows that. But the next day, the baddies end up going zip lining, and Natalie shows up with Lola Brooke, and everybody seems really happy to see her. But before they can go zip lining, Marie ends up calling out Baby Tyson for a fight. The two of them end up fighting with each other, and honestly, even though Marie was overpowering Baby Tyson was punching her right in her face. Like, you can see the hits connecting to Marie's face. So that's why I like Baby Tyson, because even though she's small and the girls overpower her, she still gets a lot of hits in on them. But those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Baddies Gone Wild DR. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.